Variance Room, huh?
Yeah.
Variance Suite?
This is the room.
Yeah. So,
Close the door.
Sure.
okay.
Get on my gear, I'm just gonna set it down.
Yeah. So, Joe, tell me about, I hear you had like an experience here the last time you were here?
They were doing a tour through here.
Okay.
And I was standing, well, this table wasn't here, but I was up against the wall, and we had some people over here, we had some females sitting over here, and there was one guy that was laying on the floor right at the foot of the bed there. And he said he felt like someone was pushing his foot down. So one of the guys that was sitting right here turned his flashlight on, and standing behind the guy on the floor was a woman. She was standing there looking down, and I didn't think nothing of it because I figured it was just part
You
of
saw
it,
her
you know.
with your own eyes?
Oh yeah, oh absolutely. And she was standing like this for a couple of seconds, and then she took like a step and a half like this, and then the guy turned his flashlight on. So again, like I said, I thought it was just someone in the room, and like 10 seconds later, he said something funny, and all the girls started laughing in the room. Well, they were all sitting over here. So I was like, okay, something doesn't mesh because you couldn't get from over there over here without me seeing. And so we flipped the lights on, and the clothes, there was a pair of black pants, a dark gray sweatshirt, and she had her hair back in a ponytail, and her bangs were like down in her eyes and stuff.
Okay.
And it didn't match the description of anyone.
Any of the girls that were here. And that outfit's like a modern day,
Oh yeah, it was just
like something that could be present
Period
day.
clothing like
yeah, no,
early
it
1800s.
was nothing like that. It was well, like if it was one of us standing in here.
And she appeared like she was, you know, just fully
Completely solid, yeah.
completely solid form. Wow.
In all my years, I've never seen anything like that. So
And her gaze though was down. Did you get any feel like if she was, you know, feeling sad or
well, you know,
or feeling caught or
You know, he was kind of being a little goofy.
The guy on the floor.
Yeah, the guy laying on the floor.
Okay.
But to me, it just seemed like she was like his head was at her feet, and she was looking down at him, and then she just turned to walk away.
just kind of a normal
Yeah.
thing, looking down. If someone's
Yeah.
head is at your feet and then walked away. She didn't want to.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna start
Wow,
the
that's
mel
amazing.
meter. It's an EMF meter.
Okay.
Also, it tells us the temperature, so I'm gonna start that and put it, I'm just gonna leave it right here on the table, so we'll turn this on. That reads in milligauss
Get this going.
and temp.
All right.
That way we can notice any fluctuations. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? A baseline reading really quick of the room to see if I notice any differences, anything. What I'll do is I'll just walk around. I don't like to wave it, you know? I like to
Yeah.
just stand somewhere and just keep still and get a reading, an accurate reading. The problem is here, I'll give you an example. See, now watch. Like I can sit here and wave it. See the reading? 0.4, 0.3, or I can keep waving it and it'll go 1.8.
Sure.
So, but once you stand there for a moment, it'll drop back down. Now it's 0. So that's why I don't like to walk around with it in my hand a lot. I've noticed a lot of people do that. They don't really understand how to use a millimeter, so they'll walk around, and while they're walking, they'll say 1.2, 1.8. But if they were just to stop and let it get a reading of everything around it, they're going to get a more accurate reading. So what I usually do is I walk through the room and I'll do a baseline to see if I get any high levels anywhere. And then once I've confirmed that I don't, then I'll usually put it in the middle of the room and let it sit. Then if it changes, it's pretty significant. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's a paranormal activity, so to speak. It's just something to pay attention to. So that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, 0.
Now, someone was here one time, and they were sitting on the bed, and they had the door closed like this, and of course you can see the light from outside. And what they said is it almost seemed like someone had, and we heard, because you know the hallway squeaks when you walk in the hallway.
Yeah.
We heard someone walking in the hallway,
Really?
and someone seen someone standing in the window here, like you can see the silhouette, and it was almost like they were moving, like they were trying to see in. And when he said something, I was in my little spot again, And so I turned around and I opened up the door and there was no one there at all. And it amazed him because he was actually a full-fledged skeptic.
Yeah.
So this room, I don't know, this room's kind of iffy. I mean, we've seen, had some pretty weird things happen.
Well, that's just incredible with that, what you told me about with seeing that woman.
I'm going to start the audio. Usually wear my headphones so I can listen live, but I'm
Okay.
going to just go ahead and I'll start both of them. I keep one on me in case I want to walk around. So also to back up anything I might have. This is Joe, Kale, and Lori, Marion Room, Brumder Mansion. Setting the audio recorder on the dresser next to the bed. So protocol with the audio is, obviously the mic's a lot more sensitive than people think. So even just standing here going, somebody will pick that up and say, oh, I got an EVP. Or, just moving your foot. Anything like that, you're going to want to just say, that was me. Mm-hmm. No matter how subtle it is, maybe you might move or make a noise. Just say, that was me.
In the dark, trip over a chair. I've done it.
So now I'm going to start recording. Say hi, Joe.
Hi, Joe.
All right. So now we got the audio running. Start this one. And then we'll do an EVP session. What do you think?
Let's do it.
Sounds good.
Joe, Kale, Lori, Brumder Mansion, Marion Room. All right. Cool. Let's start back here. So why is this called the Marion Room? Is Marion here? There was a report of a woman in this room. Is that true? Lori, do you want to ask a question?
Are you here? I'd like to see you. I'd like to know why you're here. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like, just like a little bit harder to breathe. Like it just feels a little bit more dense.
Feel anxious?
The air. Yeah, I feel like a little, it's like it's just, my breathing.
Is it just a breathing, or are you
Yes.
feeling an emotional change?
Yeah, I do.
Like anxiety, sorrow, remorse, or
Yeah,
something like that?
I feel like choked up. I don't know why. Just more dense.
If you're feeling uncomfortable, you can leave. You don't have to stay in here.
No, I don't feel uncomfortable. I feel different.
Can you describe, are you picking up on any feelings, anything like that? Other than the sorrow, or, are you picking up any, things in your mind, any pictures?
Well, I'm seeing an image of the woman that Joe mentioned.
Is there somebody in here that has a message for Lori? Are you trying to say something to her? Yeah, feel free to ask more questions, Lori.
Are you running away from something? Do you feel safe here in this room? Did you come and visit someone in this room?
Sorry, I can't do it.
But I'm not feeling any awkward feelings other than
No.
just at that
It
moment.
is warm in here, though.
It is warm in here. I'm not really getting anything on video. I'm not talking paranormal, I just mean, I'm not getting anything like orbs either, You usually get the floaties, the dust orbs, any of that, it's,
Yeah, it's actually pretty good.
yeah. Seems pretty stagnant here. Well, Lori, what you had is what I would call and label a personal experience. Just kind of unique, Not a lot of people have those. So maybe it could be residual energy, something like a loop or a
Right.
memory left, that has imprinted itself. Even though you're not psychic, we all tend to be electricity, so to speak. Some
Sure.
people are more susceptible to picking up on certain things where others aren't.
It wasn't unpleasant. It was just,
It's just sorrow.
yeah. And it was sort of like kind of a sense of a longing and
I'd like to check out the room next door too, Joe.
Gwyneth's room.
Oh, it's got to be a reflection. Yeah. I think your IR just moved across the wall over here, shined out the light, and it threw something onto the wall. It looked like a misty figure, and then it moved. That was interesting. Funny how light can play tricks on you. Interesting.